Something else you needed?
I should keep moving.
Yeah.
Can I focus, see anything? Let's see where this leads. At the right moment? Sounds like someone's putting up a fight. These bristlebacks are everywhere.
Another one down!
Now this is what I was forged for. No ledgers to fill. No boring mid-afternoon patrols. Just a hammer. Just the fight. Aloy?
Erend! Stay where you are. I'll handle the rest. Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows.
Like hammered in metal.
Maybe I can trade this green shine. These crystals won't break.
That's gonna hurt some.
I'll gather these while I can.
Are you okay there? Ah, caught me at my best, as usual.
Well, you did the hard part. I just took care of the stragglers. How bad is it?
Who needs ribs, huh? Oh. I'm good. I'm good. Huh. Okay, well, I know you didn't come all the way to the Daunt just to watch me get wrecked. So what's the story?
I need the embassy to happen, so I can head west. Erend, what I did at the Spire... what we did... it didn't end the threat. It just slowed it down. There's Still more to do.
Really? Well, that's great. I mean, yeah, not the threat's not over part. That's not so great. But hey, whatever you're up against, your spear, my hammer, just like old times.
Erend, I need the embassy now. I can't wait for you to heal.
Couple of days rest, if that.
Actually, even if you weren't hurt, what I have to do, it's better if I do it alone.
Alone? Now that figures.
Erend! I hate to interrupt the romance, but I'm pretty banged up here.
Don't blow your blaze, I'm coming.
This just keeps getting better. Huh. Listen, I'll go to Barren Light, get patched up. If you want this embassy to happen, we're gonna need this sun priest, Studius Wadis.
Oh, I know him. I'll clear the Valley of Bristlebacks, then send Wadis to Barren Light. I'll catch up with you there.
Well, I guess that's sort of like a goodbye.
I'm sorry?
You? Sorry? Ugh. Yeah, that'd be a first.
Where is this coming from?
Hey, just, forget it, yeah. Ugh. It's nothing.
It sounds like something.
All right, fine. Now, after the battle at the Spire, you took off. You left without so much as a handshake. I mean, people like me, we fought and bled at your side, Aloy. You just disappear? What kind of person does that?
Erend, I left when I did, how I did, for a reason. A good one.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing.
Listen to me. Life on Earth is in danger, and only I can save it.
What are you talking about?
Exactly what I just said. Everything living is going to die unless I fix a piece of technology created by the old ones. And time's running out.
Well, I guess that's the reason, all right. I'm an idiot.
Erend! By the Forge.
I guess that's my cue.
Maybe I should go with you to Barren Light.
No, hey, you're needed elsewhere, obviously. We'll make it without you.
That doesn't sound good.
You'll have to handle that one on your own. We'll only slow you down.
I'll fill up all I can. There's the quarry Fairless mentioned. These machines are made. One less machine. Another one down. Much better. One less machine. We're riled up now. Another one down. There. Quarry's safe.
Right? Come on over here. We got a car.
I'll keep some extra on hand. Javad said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry. I should see if there's anything in the back of the valley.
I don't know what Honora's doing out here, but consider yourself old. We tried to hold off and wait for the Vanguard, but one next thing you know was a full...
Is everyone okay?
We lost some good people, but we would have lost the...
Well, at least it's quiet now.
Your ears ought to be ringing with a quarry at work, but change...
You need the whistle to get back to work?
Me and my can't lift a hammer till Olvin blows that thing. Cause if we work without his say-so, and my people have been through...
Elvin holds that much.
He's got the money and... Almost feels like we still...
What are you and your crew?
We're supposed to be working Olvin's claim, but the work stopped it. Never seen...
I'm not sure. I need to get going.
Thanks to you.
I think I've cleared out most of the bristlebacks. Chainscrape can get back to work now. I'll go give Olvin the good news. Bloodies too. Then maybe this embassy can finally happen. Get this from my stash when I need it. Time to get Ulvin to blow the whistle, then what east to Barrelite.
Eyes up here, sister! I'm still waiting for you. Whoa!
Still here, I see.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate.
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
I cleared out all the bristlebacks.
Oh, you did?
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh, there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm the kills. Make sure the valley is safe again. Shouldn't take more than a day or two.
No. You blow the whistle now.
These are innocent Osram lives we're talking about here. Surely the delay...
Either you do it now, or I will.
Ah, I knew you could do it! Friends, gather around. The savior of Meridian has done
Now
it again.
what?
The bristlebacks are defeated. You.
What?
Sound the whistle. Chainscrape is open for business.
Terrific. Yay.
And Ulvund has agreed to personally pay every worker their lost wages.
Yeah!
That's more like it!
Yeah!
Woo!
Ha-ha!
Yeah! Yeah!
Don't you have an embassy to get to?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Hey! Oh, I can use your insights later on.
Well, the Chainscrape's back to work. Merchants should be open to trade. I should see if they have anything useful before I send Wadis off to Barren Light.
Outfits.
Tell everyone of the quality of Oseram goods.
Of course it counts. It
Some more
counts.
doing
Of
out
course
here.
it counts.
Anything to fix this lucky hammer of mine.
Yeah.
Shop
you.
just opened up, and I've got a backlog of...
It's the Nora drink.
Stealth, power, and protection. What will you choose?
So, do you spit in the fire? Does the fire make you spit?
I've heard of your adventure. My armor can help.
Brought out only the good stuff for you, Red. Seeing as you got that whistle blowing.
Hey, I've been waiting to get my lucky hammer fixed for days.
You haven't done anything useful like getting rid of any bristlebacks, though, have you? Take your time. I promise you won't be disappointed. Come back anytime.
Now can I get this fixed?
I can fix your tools. Afraid there's no fixing you.
I am going to count to 3. Bait, Frank. If I'm drunk, you. Stop serious fighting, not a...
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than not just against me. Name's Oder. Best place to practice. Say, you, the savior of Meridian, champion.
Who?
The Enduring. I've heard that it's either war and only the.
So.
You'll have to go far. 3 clans? My guess is the Tanakh don't. But that's a far. I also.
Who would I?
Well, I know, but you have to beat all the other. We only use these drunken fools with. You have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear. So.
I might be.
That's.
Sharp as ever.
Nice to see you back.
How goes it, Hammerhead? Yeah.
Power attack smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage.
Understand
but they're slow and leave you vulnerable. So pick your moment. Attacks are fast, but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks. Three attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack.
Missy!
The way to Barren Light is clear. Get moving.
You're not errand vanguardsman. I will move only when the captain
When
says...
I've cleared out all the bristlebacks, which I have. Captain's orders.
So they're okay?
Banged up, but breathing. And waiting up ahead for you.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light Wadis. Like Aloy said, Captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Well, now that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through it, I'll be able to track down Silence. Hades. Maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light. Or poke around the Daunt some more first. And maybe take Petra up on that drink.
Remedy to trade.
Come to revel in some strike, sister?
I was just...
First timer, huh? Well, aren't you? I got an extra set. Sit.
Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too. All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece closer. When performing, you'll be testing. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on, and this board only has grassland terrain, and your current machine has. So in total, since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland. So right now, this means your machine can... Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after us, but it will damage, so use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can... That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remain. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But If you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes, that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at this, we both get the victory points our machine. Good news is, since you're gonna receive your victory, which means you can reach the coveted. That's why sometimes losing it now, you'll know. But that means that wasn't so hard. Just remember you'd be surprised the advantage. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and.
Oh, these are all my spare pieces. It's a small set, but it should be enough. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carver. They've got all kinds of you, though they'll need the right materials to. Or, I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. Oh, no need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help. Now, if you feel like playing, I could even teach you a few more.
Thanks.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you. How about this time? This one's got all the different terrain. Knowing when and how. Terrain mainly, as you know, you compare the higher your machine's combat power. So finding the right terrain is an essential strat. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack. Now let's take a look. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing. Since your machine is attacking, it's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1. Add those together, and my machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't. So my combat power, this means your machine. Go ahead and test it out. There you now. Choosing the right to it can also grab your other piece and place it in front of my second. Since it's standing on grassland terrain, this means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest. This means my combat. Now, the front of my machine is colored. This means that the spot which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha! See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable. Not only that, if it would have received an extra, and if my machine had been blocked by another, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, there's still one more thing I want to All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm, but it'll take away 2 combat points if you do. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from. It'll also keep your machine from moving. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I promise it all. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to. In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth and you can. Knowing what each building an arm is the key. When assembling your first and foremost, you can, with that in mind, how far, but a real. Let's take a quick look, shall we?
Thumbs up.
All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy with it. We've seen this plenty of times, so. Great, now grab your other machine. like we've got ourselves a gunner-type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look. Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram-type machine. Attack an enemy with it, and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is your opponent if they have the higher. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So you should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. And if you look at your notes, you'll note there's quite a few of those, and we haven't, but I'm pretty sure you've got more important. It's got all the... I think that about does it for now, so if you want to... Good luck. That's it for me. I'm up. Board's all yours. Time to get serious. Looks like you're down to one piece. Off the board it goes. Okay, let's see. You're up, Red. You got me. Fair and square. Let's play. Time to make my move. Your move, Red. One less piece on the board. turn. Your turn. That was brutal. Time to make my move. Board's all yours. Just one piece left. That sure dampens the forge. Your move, Red. Time to get serious. Well, that's done now. That's the game. You up for a rematch? Here we go. Okay, let's see. That's it for me. That was a surprise. Knocked right off the board. You're up, Red. Knocked right off the board. I'm up. That was brutal. A single machine left? That ain't good. My turn. Off the board it goes. armor is a machine's best defense. Ah, looks like I lost. You know where to find me, Red.
Come for that beer after? Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place running. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends. Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees out from Sunfall to come all this way enduring Forge knows what.
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
And therein lies the problem. A Stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage ever since. But the refugees have barred entrance. Mustn't.
Huh. I never heard them.
Yeah, well, but overall they're peaceful folk. Not that it matters to Talon. Maybe you could swing by, convince.
So the Where did they come from?
That's the thing. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley, lost some good people. But that put a dent in Olvin's plans. Now, if only there was...
But how could Bristlebacks and the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Olvind has taken... He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to run...
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks give him half a reason. They'll believe...
Damn Carja slaver.
I thought you'd be back.
Well... After the big but realized it was running smooth. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for...
What else can you tell me about...
Well, they're some other brand of sun. But whatever side of the sun they're on, don't seem to want for nothing except to pray and...
So they're just blocking entry to a...
Don't rightly know. But I'll tell you, should they ever wise up and sell, and if they get there first, not that Tolan...
So about Olvind.
Around here?
How'd he end up?
He got here early. He knew rebuilding, so he getting investors to front. Thing is, and the Sun King can revoke. That's why he's desperate for them.
Who is this Talland Cleanbroke?
Just some chuff-huffing pawn. Lived in chain. He and Olvin go back a ways.
So Talland works for Olvind?
Ha! Olvin might think so, but and he ain't the type to let a few refugees get between him and Stormbird salvage.
This concession decree.
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Carja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Carja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvind has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger. I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll talk to the
Much appreciated. They have it rough. Don't need Talland.
Petra said Talland has a shop here in Chainscrape.
Even the savior Meridian needs a challenge. Play some strike.
I'm sorry, I'll be right with you.
Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's overkill.
It's a weapon! Kill is the point.
Not if it blows the user's arm off!
Just stop talking. Where are we?
Actually,
But you're just nuts! I am with a customer!
I'm not a customer.
I got it!
Triple the powder. It'll blow a Strider sky high. Ba-boom. One-shot kill. Guaranteed.
Maybe I am.
Then you are in the right place at the right time, Red. How would you like to be the proud owner of the world's first
explosive, done in one,
yet perfectly safe?
Are you two
Nah, the clay. Dad sent us out in search of some unknown.
Sounds like you had a...
Let's just say that... Oh, how I want to make my...
So she...
My apprentice and my sister. She's why we're out here. There was an incident.
Involving
Ba-boom!
And Dad's precious homebrew. He shipped us out.
Huh. Tell me more about this.
Saw a scroll when I was a kid by some... Had a scary drawing of a Tenakth warrior hunting with a kind of... Effective? Yes. Basic, but coming out, and I am on the brink of...
Whereas I will perfect...
I can use machine parts to enhance the user's throw, increase it... Well, Boomer here is adamant that enhancing the projectile is better. Namely with boomsticks.
Why not both?
That... I need the parts to make the first working model.
Well, for charger horns. Intact.
Yeah, that. Just be sure to shoot them off before the machine goes down, otherwise they break. But the real innovation, keep it to yourself, is a fang horn rib.
There's a mean one east of here. Blow it.
Boomer! You get him for me. It's yours.
You have a deal. I could get around faster if I find a charger to override. I can use shock ammo. Stash this away for later. There goes a horn. Should have enough charger horns for down and down. Just need a rib from that fang horn I'm talking about. Something up for that? is that machine? Boomer said that fanghorn should be nearby. There's the fanghorn. Gonna have to take it down to get its rib. Just need a rib from that fanghorn you were talking about. Should hit it with frost ammo. There's the fanghorn. Gonna have to take it down to get its rib. Should be able to harvest its rig now. Got everything I need for Della and Boomer. Now, see about that weapon of theirs. Positive green shine. I can get it from my stash later.
That's not.
I know that look. You've got all the parts, haven't you?
Here you go.
Outstanding! I only need a few minutes to finish the prototype.
I'll take the version that won't blow my arms off. Thanks.
Hi. So did you blow up any machines to get the parts? Or any bandits?
You really like explosions, huh?
Here we go.
With the boomsticks?
Oh, you betcha.
Is it safe?
Probably.
Can I have one?
No!
Aw.
'Cause we're gonna make you something even better.
Ba-boom!
What about a rope caster?
But ropes don't explode.
look like someone who needs new armor.
Ow!
What do you think you could fix this lucky?